I always wanted to make a contribution to a positive change in the world. And in the next few minutes, I want to show you about my beginnings, with a guide through beginnings. And you might call myself being an idealist, maybe a businesswoman, maybe a social entrepreneur, or maybe just an environmentalist. Through my studies at university, I discovered that my love and my passion was for environmental issues. And having started off at an anti-littering campaign, I quickly decided that I want to focus my energy on waste management. But the more I focused on this, the more I saw that I found myself to being on the wrong side of the waste stream. I wanted to work in waste prevention. And back then, the most waste that I actively produced was when going shopping for groceries. I want you to imagine shopping for groceries for, let's say, 50 euros. And I want you to have this picture in your mind of your basket. How much plastic do you see? How much package do you see? So with this aha moment, with this revelation in my mind, I knew exactly what to do. It was package-free. I wanted to create a package-free shopping opportunity for the people in my city. But of course, the more I thought about this idea, the more I let this idea sink in, the more I realized that just opening a store wouldn't be that easy, and that you need all kinds of things for this. And I found myself being at the point where I said, it's not that easy. And I found myself being on a crossroad where I had to decide if I still wanted to pursue it, if it was worth it, or if I wanted to walk away from it. And when I thought back in my life, and I thought of these situations I had like this before, in 99% of the time, I walked away. But because I had this desire deep within me, I didn't walk away this time. And you have to imagine myself back then as being a recent graduate. The thing I had the most was time. I had a lot of time. I didn't have any borders, any boundaries in my head. Everything was possible. So I did the things that were easiest to me. The easiest things involved a lot of time. No money, obviously, but a lot of time. And I visited events, and I got inspired, and I talked to people about this idea that I'd been having. And I got feedback, and I improved this idea. And then soon I realized that these easy steps, where I just had to put in my time, led to bigger steps, like finding a business partner, or signing a lease for the store, and contracting a carpenter, ordering products, doing a crowdfunding campaign. And suddenly I realized the steps were huge, until the day was there, the day of the opening of our store. We did it. We opened the first package-free grocery store in our city. You can see it here on this picture, how it looks like on the outside. But I also want to show you how it looks like on the inside. And for that, I want you to imagine to walk to this door. And as soon as you open the door, the first thing that you hear is a small bell. And other things that you're hearing is a music and people talking. It's busy. And then you hear someone filling beans into a glass. I don't have to describe you how this sounds like, because I'm pretty sure every one of you can imagine how it sounds like, filling beans in a jar. And then you smell something, you can't really put your finger on it. It's like oranges and fresh bread and mixed with hot chocolate. You're not really sure, but you're intrigued. And then you're having a cappuccino. And as soon as the foam of the cappuccino touches your lips and you taste the milk and the coffee, you feel like someone's welcoming you into their home and hugging you without anyone even touching you. And this is how the store looks like for the eyes. When I talk about this, And when I think about this, I feel how my desire to contribute to a positive change to the world created this store. And this is me on the opening day. When I look at this picture, I feel like, wow, I did it. I have changed the world. Well, maybe not the whole world, maybe not even my city, but definitely the people in my life. So after opening this store, the question I got asked the most is, how can I start? How can I start shop package free or live more sustainably? So I thought of my beginnings. I thought of how I began, and I thought of this guide for package free shopping. It all starts with a desire within you, something that you can set on fire. This could be you want to reduce plastic, or this could be to eat more healthy. This could be have more contact, have more relationship with your food without the packaging disturbing you or whatever. And then there is a moment when this thing inside you is set on fire. And this could be via a movie. This could even be via a movie that you have seen 50 times before. Or this could be via a talk. Or this could be simply because a package-free store opened in your city. That this thing inside you is set on fire and you want to get going. And the thought that you're probably having at this moment is, you know exactly what to do. But then, when we talk about package-free shopping, you come to this point where you have to plan your shopping, or you go there for the first time, you take your glasses with you, and then somehow it doesn't feel so easy anymore. And you realize it's not that easy. And you come also to this crossroad where you have to decide, is it worth it? Do I still want to pursue it, or do I quit it? And I have found people asking me exactly in this crossroad how they can start. As I told you, I had a lot of time. This is how I started. It was the easiest for me to invest time. But I don't know what's the easiest for you. So I made a list of possible easy first steps. It could be, you can start shopping more consciously. Not just buying stuff, but really plan your shopping, or read the fine print on packaging. It could be that you just refuse the plastic bags and plastic straws. You can also take pictures of this if you want. Or if you live close by a farmer's market, try go shopping there. Use a cloth bag when you do. Use jars where you got marmalade in from your grandmother or whatever, and reuse them again. Reuse the paper bags where you bought your bread. Cook at home. And when you go to a supermarket, and there is the chance, always opt for returnables. Use a water bottle. When you get thirsty, when you're on travels, when you're at university, you don't have to buy a plastic bottle. You just take your own. Take a lunchbox to work. Maybe you have a canteen and you can get your bread for lunch in your lunchbox, so you don't have to take the packaging. Own and use, actually, a coffee to go cup. If you get a coffee to go on your way to work every day, maybe you try to getting your coffee in a coffee to go cup. And in our city, there are even some incentive systems that reward you if you bring your own cup. Have small and larger cloth bags with you at all times, like your wallet, and your keys, and your mobile phone. Or if you are using a bag to keep your bread fresh longer, when you take out the last slice, you can take this bread bag and put it in your handbag. And when you go to the baker next time, you have it ready. Or take your reusable straw, your stainless steel or glass straw, to the bar. And you might think, it's one straw, what difference does it make? But you never know whom you're going to inspire. Use a bar of soap not only for washing your hands, but also for washing your body, your face, maybe even your hair. There is solid shampoo that comes without packaging. Use natural cosmetics where you know the ingredients, where you're not harming yourself or the environment. Use reusable wipes and some oil you have at home if you want to remove makeup. A wipe could look like an old towel you rip apart and you have small pieces, and then you wash this with curd soap. And for the women, there are plenty of opportunities to get to this potential of reducing waste. There are reusable washable cloth pads, period underwear, menstrual cups, or even if you want to stick with disposables, choose organic. And if some of you is sitting here and thinking, oh, everything sounds really easy and I'm doing these things already, I have even more advanced steps. Make your own non-toxic cleaning agents. Talk to your grandmother and ask her how she used to clean before she bought the ready-made detergents in the supermarket. Understand your dirt. Understand why it is there and how to get rid of it without using harsh chemicals. Again, talk to your grandmother on how to preserve food. Make your own snacks. Things like crisps or Snicker bars almost always come in plastic. Make them your own. You don't only reduce the waste, but you also know what's in it. Have your own compost if you want. If you have a flat in the city, there is the possibility of having a warm box in your flat. And cook even more at home. Maybe next time you go out to buy razors, try considering getting a stainless steel razor or an electric one that you don't have to throw away so often. And ditch single-use cotton buds and facial wipes for other alternatives. Make your own deodorant and figure out that it works actually way better than the one that you bought before in the supermarket. Or learn how to make other cosmetics, maybe even decorative cosmetics. These are some steps, these are some ideas that I wanted to give you today on how to get started. And if there was something for you where you think, this sounds like an idea, I haven't thought of this before, then start with these easy things. It might take some time, but you probably will come to a moment and you will not notice this moment approaching where you realized that I've changed the world, that you've changed the world. Maybe not the whole world, maybe not even your city, but definitely you, your life, your world, and the people around you. Thank you.